What if I told you that the key to handling manipulation isn't about control, revenge, or outsmarting the other person, but mastering yourself? Manipulation gains power when you lose sight of your values and principles, allowing emotional reactions or fear to dictate your actions. The Stoics understood this deeply, teaching that true strength comes from recognizing your own agency, the ability to respond deliberately rather than react impulsively. When you're firmly rooted in self-awareness and guided by reason, manipulation loses its grip. This journey isn't about confrontation or retaliation, but about reclaiming your peace and staying anchored in what truly matters. Today, we'll explore 9 proven strategies to help you identify manipulative behavior, establish boundaries, and protect your mental and emotional well-being. Whether it's emotional blackmail, guilt tripping, or subtle tactics meant to chip away at your confidence, these Stoic-inspired tools will empower you to navigate relationships with clarity, strength, and dignity. Let's begin with the first crucial step. Number 1. Recognize the signs. Manipulative behavior often masquerades as love, care, or genuine concern, making it difficult to detect at first glance. These tactics can show up as constant demands on your time and energy, subtle or overt emotional blackmail, or even gaslighting, a strategy designed to make you question your own perceptions and reality. For example, if you're consistently blamed for someone else's unhappiness or made to feel guilty for not meeting their unreasonable expectations, these are clear warning signs of manipulation. Recognizing these patterns is crucial because manipulation thrives in ambiguity and unawareness. The Stoics emphasize the importance of observing reality as it truly is, free from bias or emotional interference. They urged us to step back from our initial reactions and analyze situations with calm objectivity. By doing this, you can see manipulative behaviors for what they are, attempts to control or influence you unethically, and take the first step toward protecting your peace and autonomy. This awareness is your strongest defense because it empowers you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. When you understand that manipulation often stems from the other person's insecurities or unmet needs, you can approach the situation with clarity and a sense of detachment. This doesn't mean tolerating the behavior or excusing it. Instead, it allows you to see the underlying dynamics without being consumed by frustration or guilt. Stoicism teaches that while you cannot control another person's actions, you have full control over your reactions. By recognizing manipulative tactics and labeling them for what they are, you create a psychological barrier that prevents these behaviors from influencing your emotions or decisions. With this mindset, you can maintain your integrity and act in alignment with your values, ensuring that manipulation doesn't disrupt your inner peace or erode your self-esteem. Number 2. Set clear boundaries. Manipulators thrive on testing your limits, often pushing boundaries to see how much control they can exert over you. That's why it's crucial to define your personal boundaries clearly and stick to them without hesitation. Boundaries are not about creating conflict or punishing the other person. They are about protecting your peace and maintaining your sense of self. When communicating these limits, it's important to remain calm and respectful. For example, you might say, "I understand your perspective, but this is what I'm comfortable with," signaling both understanding and firmness. This approach prevents escalation while making it clear that you value your own needs. Marcus Aurelius emphasized that we are the guardians of our own minds, and setting boundaries is a powerful way to build your mental fortress. By doing so, you take a stand for your well-being, ensuring that manipulation cannot infiltrate your emotional and mental space. Establishing boundaries requires consistency and self-discipline. Manipulators may attempt to guilt you, provoke emotional reactions, or test your resolve to see if you'll waver. This is why adhering to your boundaries is just as important as setting them. When you stand firm, you communicate self-respect and demonstrate that your peace is non-negotiable. Over time, this discourages manipulative behavior as the person realizes their tactics are ineffective. It's also important to remember that boundaries are a form of self-care. They help you preserve your emotional energy and prioritize relationships that are healthy and mutually respectful. If someone reacts negatively to your boundaries, it often reveals more about their intentions than your actions. A Stoic mindset encourages you to remain unbothered by such reactions, focusing instead on what you can control, your own thoughts and actions. By holding your ground, you honor your values and create a foundation for healthier interactions. Number 3, don't react emotionally. Manipulators thrive on emotional reactions because they create opportunities to exploit your vulnerabilities. When you lash out in anger, feel guilty, or start second-guessing yourself, you hand them the power to control the narrative. This is why practicing emotional detachment is crucial in handling manipulation effectively. Emotional detachment doesn't mean becoming cold or indifferent. It means creating enough mental space to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. The next time someone tries to guilt-trip you with statements like, "If you really cared, you'd do this for me," pause, take a deep breath, and choose a neutral yet firm response, such as, "I hear what you're saying. Let me think about it." This disarms their manipulative tactic while preserving your composure. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of controlling your emotions and staying grounded in reason. By mastering your reactions, you maintain your inner peace and make it difficult for others to manipulate you. Remaining calm in the face of manipulation not only protects your emotional well-being, but also sets a powerful precedent for how others interact with you. Manipulators often test boundaries, and when they realize you won't react emotionally or succumb to their tactics, their influence weakens. This approach requires self-discipline and practice, but it's essential for maintaining control over your mind and actions. As Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This principle reminds us that our power lies in choosing how we respond, no matter the external pressure. Emotional detachment allows you to stay logical and focused on the bigger picture, rather than being swept away by fleeting emotions. Over time, this mindset becomes a shield against manipulation, making it clear that your peace of mind is non-negotiable. It's not about winning a battle of wills. It's about preserving your dignity, self-respect, and autonomy. Number 4, call them out. Addressing manipulative behavior directly is often the most effective way to bring clarity to a situation. Many manipulative individuals may not even realize the impact of their actions until it is brought to their attention. When confronting such behavior, it's important to use I statements to express how their actions make you feel without sounding accusatory. For example, instead of saying, "You're trying to guilt-trip me," reframe it as, "I feel like you're trying to guilt-trip me, and that's not fair." This subtle shift focuses on your feelings rather than placing blame, which can disarm the other person and foster a more constructive dialogue. Such direct communication creates an opportunity for mutual understanding and discourages future manipulation. Epictetus emphasized the importance of truth and clarity in relationships, encouraging us to engage in difficult conversations when they serve the greater good. While confrontation may be uncomfortable, it is a necessary step to maintain integrity and ensure your boundaries are respected. By addressing manipulative behavior head-on, you're not only protecting yourself but also fostering an environment of openness and honesty. Often, people resort to manipulation because they sense that their tactics will go unchallenged. However, when you calmly express how their actions affect you, It challenges them to reflect on their behavior. It shifts the focus from conflict to personal responsibility, which can lead to a more meaningful and respectful conversation. This approach also allows you to stand firm in your values without engaging in a power struggle or escalating the situation unnecessarily. Stoic wisdom teaches us that our emotions are within our control, and confronting manipulative behavior with calm clarity is a direct application of this principle. By staying true to your boundaries and principles, you not only stop the manipulation, but also maintain the dignity and peace of mind that Stoicism advocates. This practice of addressing issues directly and assertively without emotional overreaction ultimately strengthens your resilience and empowers you to navigate difficult situations with confidence. Number 5. Don't be a doormat. Many men find themselves trapped in the cycle of always saying yes to avoid conflict, believing it's the path of least resistance. At first glance, this may seem like a way to keep the peace or maintain harmony in relationships, but in reality, it only feeds into further manipulation. By constantly agreeing to demands, you unintentionally train others to expect compliance and to push your boundaries further. The key is to learn the power of saying no with conviction. Saying no doesn't make you harsh or unkind. It means you value your time, energy, and mental well-being. It's about drawing a line in the sand and making sure that your needs and priorities are respected. Every time you say no to something that doesn't serve you, you're essentially saying yes to your own peace of mind. By refusing to engage in manipulative demands, you regain control of your life, and in doing so, you preserve your inner balance and happiness. When you begin to say no, you might initially feel guilty or uncomfortable, especially if you're used to constantly pleasing others. However, it's crucial to understand that this discomfort is temporary and a natural part of asserting your boundaries. Over time, you'll become more confident in your decisions, and those around you will learn to respect your limits. Remember, saying no is an act of self-respect, not selfishness. It's a way to protect your mental and emotional space so that you can focus on what truly matters to you. By setting clear boundaries, you're not just defending yourself against manipulation. You're also cultivating healthier, more balanced relationships. In the end, choosing your peace and well-being over the fleeting approval of others is one of the most empowering things you can do for yourself. Through consistent practice, saying no will become second nature, and you'll realize that your true strength lies in your ability to stand firm in your values and priorities. Number 6. Focus on facts. Manipulative tactics often involve twisting the narrative to provoke an emotional reaction, drawing you into a web of guilt, confusion, or self-doubt. These tactics are designed to distract you from the facts and make you question your intentions or behavior. When confronted with accusations or emotional outbursts, it's important to resist the urge to engage in the drama. Instead, focus on staying calm and responding with clear, factual statements. For example, if someone says, "You never care about me," don't let their words rattle you. Calmly counter with something like, "That's not true. Last week, I did X Y to support you." By grounding the conversation in reality and providing concrete examples of your actions, you not only protect yourself from the emotional manipulation, but also steer the discussion back to the facts. This approach helps you maintain your integrity and ensures that the manipulator's narrative doesn't overpower the truth. By sticking to the facts, you remain unshaken and prevent the manipulative person from gaining control over the conversation. Additionally, sticking to the facts helps you maintain control over your own emotional state. Manipulators often try to escalate situations to get a reaction from you, whether that's anger, guilt, or frustration. By staying rooted in reality, you avoid being drawn into their emotional games. Instead of getting defensive or overwhelmed, you demonstrate emotional discipline, which is a key tenet of Stoic philosophy. The Stoics teach that we are not disturbed by events themselves, but by our perceptions of those events. When you respond with facts, you shift the focus away from emotional manipulation and onto a rational, objective conversation. This creates an atmosphere of clarity, where both you and the other person are forced to confront the truth, not the distorted version of reality that the manipulator is trying to create. In doing so, you safeguard your peace of mind, avoid unnecessary conflict, and maintain your self-respect. Number 7. Limit contact. If manipulation continues despite your best efforts to address it, it's crucial to reassess the relationship. Constant manipulation can be draining, and no matter how much you try to set boundaries or communicate effectively, some people will persist in their behavior. At this point, it might be necessary to limit your interactions with the person or, in some cases, take a complete break. This step doesn't mean cutting them off without explanation. Rather, it's about making a conscious choice to protect your mental and emotional well-being. The Stoics understood that sometimes the best way to preserve peace and avoid conflict is through distance. By distancing yourself, you're giving yourself the space to heal, reflect, and regain control over your emotions. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, the best way to preserve harmony is through distance, not confrontation. Prioritizing your health over toxic interactions aligns with Stoic principles, ensuring that you remain grounded and clear-headed. Taking a break or limiting contact also serves as a reminder that your peace and well-being should never be compromised for the sake of maintaining a toxic relationship. Stoicism teaches that we cannot control others, but we can control our responses in the environments we choose to engage with. By removing yourself from a manipulative situation, you give yourself the opportunity to reflect on what truly matters: your own growth, happiness, and inner tranquility. It's important to remember that distancing yourself isn't an act of weakness or avoidance. It's a conscious choice to prioritize self-care and maintain your mental fortitude. In the long run, stepping back from manipulation allows you to build stronger, healthier relationships and ensures that you aren't constantly subjected to emotional turbulence. As Epictetus said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." In the same vein, peace and emotional stability come not from constantly appeasing others, but from protecting your boundaries and living in alignment with your true values. Number 8. Seek support. Manipulation can create a sense of isolation, leaving you feeling as though you're facing the struggle alone. The emotional toll it takes can make you question your judgment and even second-guess your reality. However, it's important to remember that you don't have to carry this burden by yourself. Reaching out to trusted friends, family, or a therapist is a powerful way to gain support and clarity. By sharing your experiences, you invite others to offer their perspectives, which often helps you see things from a new angle. Sometimes, an outside view is exactly what's needed to help you recognize patterns or solutions you might have missed while caught up in the emotional chaos. Seeking support in times of manipulation is not a sign of weakness. On the contrary, it's a sign of strength and self-awareness. It takes courage to acknowledge when you need help, and by doing so, you give yourself the opportunity to heal and move forward with renewed perspective and confidence. By reaching out to others, you're also reinforcing the importance of community and connection. Manipulators thrive on creating division and making you feel isolated, but breaking that cycle requires surrounding yourself with people who truly care about you and your well-being. Trusted individuals, whether friends, family, or a professional, can provide a safe space for you to express your thoughts and emotions without judgment. They can also offer practical advice based on their own experiences, or simply lend an empathetic ear when you need it most. This external support serves as a reminder that you're not alone in navigating challenges and that there's strength in vulnerability. When you open up to others, you're not only seeking guidance, but you're also reinforcing your own resilience. It's through these connections that you can rediscover your sense of self-worth, regain clarity, and develop a more balanced perspective, ultimately empowering you to move beyond the manipulation with greater confidence. Number 9. Practice self-care. Above all, prioritizing your well-being is essential in protecting yourself from manipulation. When you focus on self-care, you strengthen your emotional resilience, which makes it significantly harder for anyone to shake your mental and emotional foundation. Engaging in activities that bring you joy, such as exercising, meditating, or pursuing hobbies, can help you build this inner strength. These practices are not only about relaxation, but about cultivating a mindset of balance and peace. As Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This means that by consciously choosing to invest time in activities that nurture your mental, physical, and emotional health, you take control over your inner state. When you guard your peace fiercely, you create a stronghold that manipulative behavior cannot penetrate. Ultimately, self-care is an act of self-respect and empowerment, ensuring that you remain grounded and unshaken no matter the external challenges you face. By consistently prioritizing your well-being, you develop a deep sense of self-awareness and self-worth, which becomes your shield against manipulation. When you take time to nurture your mind and body, whether through exercise, reading, or meditation, you create a strong foundation of confidence and clarity. This inner strength allows you to recognize manipulative tactics for what they are and respond with measured calmness, rather than emotional reactivity. As you strengthen your sense of self, you also become less reliant on external validation, making it more difficult for others to manipulate your thoughts or emotions. Remember, as the Stoics taught, we cannot control what others do or say, but we always have control over how we respond. By committing to self-care, you take full responsibility for your happiness, fostering an unshakable peace that no one can take away from you. When you guard your peace and well-being with intentionality, you're no longer a passive participant in your life. You become the active architect of your own emotional stability. Conclusion: manipulation often thrives when we feel powerless or unsure of ourselves. But the moment you reclaim your personal power, manipulation loses its grip. By learning to recognize the signs of manipulative behavior, whether it's emotional blackmail, guilt-tripping, or gaslighting, you can begin to protect your emotional space. Setting clear boundaries becomes an essential part of this process, allowing you to assert your needs and safeguard your well-being. Practicing emotional detachment is another key strategy that helps you stay calm and composed, even in the face of manipulation. Stoicism teaches us that, while we cannot control the actions of others, we always have the power to control how we respond. By staying grounded and focused on what we can control, our thoughts, our reactions, and our actions, we can protect our inner peace. And remember, your emotional stability and peace of mind are priceless. So, if you found value in these Stoic-inspired strategies, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more empowering wisdom to help you navigate life's challenges with clarity and strength. Stay strong, stay stoic, and take control of your peace.